Podcast clips are taking over YouTube Shorts, and the craziest part is that they will continue to grow and become even more viral. Short-form content is making people a ridiculous amount of money right now. Every single social media platform is literally begging creators to move over to them and encouraging them to do so with a ton of money. Most YouTubers say you need to spend 1 to 2 years making short-form content to make any real money, and that may have been the case when Shorts first started, but in 2024, these types of channels will make $10,000 a month, just editing and uploading videos to TikTok and other platforms. If you don't have it in your country, don't click off because it could be coming soon, and you need to prepare. The best part is after making these videos, you can post them on Instagram, YouTube Shorts, and TikTok, and tripling your income with little to no effort. So, in the next 10 minutes, I will show you how to actually assemble these clips with 3 different methods you can use to edit your next viral video. Also, if you haven't already, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Now let's jump into the step-by-step tutorial. The first is the split screen method. The second is the basic edit. And the third is a secret format that doesn't include the annoying gameplay footage, but still counts as original content, meaning TikTok and any other platform will monetize it, and you will make money. So first, you want to start a new project on CapCut. I'm going to keep this sweet and short, whilst also providing enough value so you can make viral videos. Then you want to click Import, select your clip, and drag it down to the timeline. This is where the editing takes place. The first thing you need to do is make the right size for social media. So you press Ratio, then select 9:16. We then need to scale up the video. So we click on it and drag one of these white dots out. We then move it up and adjust it so it covers about 50% of the screen. This is leaving space for the GTA clip to go below. Once this is right, we want to import our GTA footage and drag it on top of the clip. But we then want to find where the action starts. So we scrub through and press Ctrl+B to split it. Then delete the unwanted part and move the footage across. Then we go to the end of the clip, press Ctrl+B, and delete the rest of it. To delete the footage, just press the delete button on your keyboard. We then need to adjust the position of the GTA clip. So we move it down, scale it up until it covers the other half. Now go over to audio, drag the volume all the way to the left, ensuring there's no car noises in the background. The next step is to make some adjustments to the clip. This will make it look so much more crisp. To do this, we go over to Adjustments, and you want to copy these settings. Change the saturation to 9, brightness to 9, contrast to 12, highlight to 9, shadow to 9, and sharpness to 25. And you can see the difference it makes if I toggle this on and off. You can mess around with these settings until you find the style you like. To make it look even more crisp, go over to Effects, press Retro, and find Nostalgic Light. We click on this and drag it down. You can either just apply it to the podcast clip, but we're going to apply it to both, so we place it on the top. Click on the end and drag it to make it cover the whole video. The next step is to add the captions. To do this, we go to Text, select Auto Captions, and then click Create. We then want to change the style of it, so we go up to Templates. You will need CapCut Pro for this, but it's definitely worth it in the long run. Then select this one here, it will apply to all the clips, and then we want to center it. We want the captions to be in the center of the 2 clips to cover the scene, but we don't want it to be covered by the TikTok logo when we upload it. So we readjust the position of the GTA clip, and then the position of the caption. And this is what we've got so far. The next step is to add your branding. This will prevent anybody from stealing your content. And if they do, you basically get a free shout out. To do this, we press on Text, Add Text, then this plus button to add default text. We then go over to the right, highlight it, and type at, and then your brand name. Then we change the font. I like using Drunk White. Add a shadow, shrink it down, and position it just below the captions. Then highlight it, change the color of it to match your logo. And finally, bring the opacity down to around 50%. And that's the first style made.
Again, it takes so much mental, the whole thing of it is all mental. So I don't know, just stuff like that I really love. So I'm always...
Our second method is basic editing. To maximize the output efficiency when trying to grow your account to 10K, the best format is the basic format. So let's import the clip again, drag it down to the bottom, and trim off the parts we don't need. Then change the aspect ratio to 9:16. This time, we want the clip to cover the whole screen. And there's two ways of doing this. The first one requires CapCut Pro, and we do this by going to Auto Reframe and changing the ratio to 9:16. Wait for it to process and then press Apply. This is automatically going to reposition the video and track the face. We can achieve a similar result just by scaling up the video until it covers the whole screen. This is fine for this clip, as there isn't any camera angle changes. If there was, then the Auto Reframe tool would automatically deal with this and ensure the face stays in the middle. Now we want to go over to Adjustments, change the saturation to 9, brightness 9, contrast 12, highlight 9, shadow 9, and sharpness 25. You can also make these adjustments as per your requirement. Now head over to Effects, press Retro, and apply Nostalgic Light. Time for the captions. Press Text, Auto Captions, and Create. Once it's loaded, go to Templates, and this time we're going to select this one here. So click that and then move the text to the center.
Again, it takes so much mental, the whole thing of it is all mental. So I don't know, just stuff like that I really love. So I'm always trying to just...
This time before we add the branding, we want to add a text hook. This is a short sentence or a couple words which hook the viewer into watching the rest of the video. We do this by going to Text, Add Text, and Default Text. Then I'm going to type in Fall in Love with the Journey. But this is going to be over 2 lines, so I'll start with Fall in Love. Then change the font to Drunk Wide, scale it down, and position it in the bottom third. I'll then copy this by pressing Ctrl-C and Ctrl-V, and then type in With the Journey. Then you want to scale it down so it's the same width as the position as the one above. To make these pop out, we're going to add glow. So go up to here, scroll down, and click Glow. Then change the range to 100 and the intensity to 50. We then need to make the keywords stand out. So we highlight one of the words and change the color to something that stands out. Then we go over to the other text, add the glow effect, change the range to 100 and the intensity to 50. And this time, change the color of all the words. Finally, we need to add the branding. So we add more default text, type at, then your brand name, change the font, shrink it down, position it in between the captions and the hook, change the color, and then the opacity. And that's the basic format done. We're now onto the final format, which I've been keeping a secret. We will start with the basic format. The first thing we want to do is scale down the clip so it's not covering the whole screen. We then go over to Mask and select Rectangle. We want to downsize this and position it so it's just over the speaker's face. Then change Feather to around 40 and Round Corners to around 50. I'll explain why we're doing this in a second. Then you want to go over to Basic and increase the scale just a little bit and position it so the captions are just under the speaker's mouth. We then want to move the text hook, so we click and drag to select both of them, and then move them to the top of the screen. We want to make these a bit more visible by removing the glow effect, as the black background provides enough contrast. We then want to head over to Adjustments, bring the saturation down, and mess around with a few of these settings until the clip is darker, but the speaker's face is still visible. So the reason we added the mask and made these adjustments is because TikTok won't be able to detect this is the same footage as the original clip came from. The Creativity Program Beta states that the content must be original, and this tricks TikTok into thinking it is. I'll use this glowing particle overlay, which I found on YouTube. You want to rotate it, scale it up, and then change the blend mode on the right to screen. This will remove the black background and make the clip visible again. To make this pop out even more, we want to go to Adjustments and bring the illumination up. The video is now ready. To save it, press Export in the top right. Use these settings, which I believe are the default ones. Then change the name and press Export, and that's it.
Again, it takes so much mental, the whole thing of it is all mental. So I don't know, just stuff like that I really love. So I'm always trying to just...
So now that you know how to edit viral podcast clips and how to keep your viewers engaged, you need to learn how to create shorts and videos that are actually worthy of going viral. And there's a strategy that I've been using to do just that. So check out this video where I show you what it is and how you can do it too. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.